All right, Toddy, you've been in the murder mystery lately, right?
Yep.
All right, so I just saw something that hit my radar on Inside Edition
Okay.
that I think you need to see. Well, it's reported a certain way, but you're gonna start seeing some red flags. I'm telling you, this is wild.
Hours after walking into a local sheriff's office with his partner and 2 children, authorities say a man in North Carolina killed them and set their home on fire before killing himself.
They're so pretty.
Since they moved in, which was approximately 2 years ago, we've never had a call at their house. We've never had a 911 call from their house.
No
We've
issues.
never had a deputy respond to their house.
The Sheriff of
issues.
Davie County says 26-year-old Eschod Ewing-Meeks shot and killed his partner, 26-year-old Ashton Brown, and their 2 children, 4-year-old Bella and 8-month-old Brixx. He says Ewing-Meeks was also found dead of a gunshot wound with the gun still in his hand. Authorities said
got a gun in his
Ewing-Meeks
hand.
and his family turned up at the sheriff's office asking to speak with a deputy, but he was vague about what he wanted to discuss. Surveillance video shows them leaving 4 minutes later.
They're both together.
About 20
at the
minutes
police
later,
station.
investigators say Brown called 911 saying she wanted to speak with a deputy. A deputy called her back 10 minutes later, and Brown said she had a safety concern.
What do you need to speak with an officer about? I'm just needing to speak with them, about a safety reason.
Authorities say the call was disconnected. Just over an hour later, a passerby reported that the house where the family lived was on fire. And when firefighters put out the flames, they
House is
discovered
on
the
fire.
bodies. The sheriff says the investigation continues. A GoFundMe account has been set up seeking help paying for funeral expenses and has already exceeded its goal.
What do you think of this story first?
I think it's pretty wild.
It's pretty fucked up, right? So, just to recap, they both went to the police station talking about a safety issue. Never went into why they were there, but they just left. They never explained why, never said anything why they both were there. The whole
Right.
family looked like they were there.
Yeah.
And the cops said that they've never had any issues with these people before. And then they see the house is on fire with all of them in there.
Yeah.
The daughters are shot. The girlfriend is shot. And it's looked like he committed suicide. They're saying he's the one that did it. He killed them all and he killed himself. Did you see any red flags about that story, do you?
I mean, knowing that they don't have anything else going on, like they don't have any history, and that they were there together, they had something going on, that sounds like it's something about someone else. Like
Yeah.
someone else is causing something that they're concerned about.
Seemed like they were snitching about something. And then it came back to them. That's what I got out of it. They're going to the police station to ask about something or say something, but they never go through with it. Then the house is on fire. To me, you're trying to hide some evidence.
Obviously.
Because if you have a mental health issue, you're going to shoot yourself after killing these people. I'm not saying it's impossible for someone to never have any problems in the past and then go crazy and kill their family.
no, it
happens all the time. But
The fire.
the fire is what gets me, on top of them both going to the police station about an issue that never was addressed. They don't have any context of why they were there.
Right. It's pretty rare to find someone complete suicide and have a fire going.
Yeah.
Like, that's not...
It's not normal.
Because at what point did you decide to set this fire?
Exactly.
So, in order for that to have happened, you would have had to kill everybody first.
Mm-hmm.
Then set the fire and then be like, you know what? And that's weird.
That is weird.
That's weird.
That's
like,
very
I don't
weird.
think that, like, someone that's going through something like that is going to be like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, time to cover it up. You know, like, especially like a husband and a father.
Yeah. And what gets me is the Bade says he killed the girlfriend and the kids before
Right.
himself. To me, I'm not the only one. I saw their comments. They're like, that sounds like a murder cover-up.
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm not a detective, and this is still an ongoing case, like they said. But I wouldn't have been quick to say
No,
he's
they
the one that
shouldn't
did it.
report it that way because they don't know.
Let me make
They
sure
haven't
I'm
done an
right.
investigation.
Man kills family and self after leaving police station.
So they said, yeah. So he killed them, then he set the home on fire, and then he killed himself.
So I'm not
It's
certain if
not
they're
impossible.
saying a random man because that's what they should have said. But I think they were implying that he's the one
No,
that did
yes, 100% implying.
That to me, that's not good reporting. And to me, even if like that's what maybe that they're getting from like the morgue or the police, I would be like, hold on, more needs to be investigated here. That's
You can't just say that because
two people. They went to the police station together. If he's an issue, why is he there? Hey, come on, we're gonna go to the police station. I'm gonna turn myself in. I'm going crazy.
Right.
Not impossible, but I'm
Not impossible. And
small.
you know, if it was something like that, I highly doubt you're going to bring your children with you.
Hell no.
You are not going to bring your. They're
A
small.
safety issue with like
They're
toddlers.
little. The other
Infants.
one, the one isn't even a year old yet.
Absolutely.
They're not going to bring their babies with them to have him committed somewhere. Because they're not going to arrest him for something like that. They're going to be like, all right, cool, you're going to be Baker acted. This is what's going to happen.
I told you you'd find this interesting.
So
It's crazy. But they reported that cut dry. He did this. If he did, he's a piece of shit. Mental health failed him. The society
sure.
failed him. Whatever. He's totally wrong. But I'm not convinced he did it. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think he did it.
Right. So like the phone call happened after they left.
After, either before or after. Either way, though. If it was before, that's even weirder. If it was after, she still was vague, didn't explain why she wanted to call. She just like, hey, you know, I have a safety concern. Yeah.
So
but, yeah, she called them about a safety issue, but didn't, again, elaborate what it was. And I think this was after
the fact.
the fact, yeah. That they both went to the police station. Not just her.
Right.
They both.
So the other thing that I'm thinking about is like, why didn't they do anything?
Very true. That's two calls.
Is a situation.
Two cries for help.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That is a situation where people said, look, I need somebody. Like, this is not emergent, but I do deserve to speak to somebody when I ask to speak to somebody. You can't tell me that there's not a single cop available for me to talk to in, where are they at? It just says North Carolina. I don't know where.
Somewhere. Yeah.
But you can't tell me there's not a single cop in that building for me to speak to.
That's crazy.
When I'm telling you that I'm feeling unsafe.
Yeah. So
because that is saying there's probably a crime that could or will happen.
So regardless, you're saying it's the cop's issue. If it indeed was him, which I'm not sold on, they could have prevented that.
Whether it was him or anybody else. It doesn't matter
They
who
could have
it
prevented
was.
that.
They
So
should have had someone speak to them. They asked to have someone speak to them twice.
Children dying.
And no one did.
Lady dying. It's terrible. But all right. What do you guys think of this weird-ass story? Do you think this man is... I don't know if there's any other, proof of him actually doing this after this video comes out, but for right now, I just saw what I saw, and I'm not convinced that this was a murder from this man. I'm thinking conspiracy's going that they were being targeted by somebody else. But what do you guys think in the comments? Let us know your theories, and rest in peace to all of them, man. That's a very tragic and sad story. Prayers for the family. Absolutely. Very beautiful family. Much love, peace, and chicken grease.